friends, happy more chaotic start to the vlog today because that's why my hair is super messy is I only had one class this morning and I figured I would get ready with you guys after that class because it's kind of just a lecture hall anyway. I went out to take the trash out and then came in and my courtesy got in the way of my spatial awareness, and coming out of the elevators I like stepped aside so that someone else could like go into our hallway ahead of me, and I backed right into the water fountain, which completely drenched my backside. It was a cute little fit that kind of saved the fact that my hair didn't look okay, and I just had to change out of it. So now you get just me and my white tank top, but that's okay because you're gonna see me go from this to opening night ready, because tonight we officially open The Diary of Anne Frank. And for those of you that haven't been here, my name is Ava Britton. I'm a Christian college student in the performing arts. This is my video diary where we talk about being a Christian in the performing arts and all the different things that come up and growing alongside one another. And right now I am on the run crew for our school's production of The Diary of Anne Frank. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of get ready with you guys for opening and that sort of thing. But first, I need to eat lunch because I'm very hungry. Okay, now that I've had my lunch, holy cow, my hair looks a lot worse on camera than it does in person. It's because it's been kind of rainy outside lately, and so my hair just kind of went puff. Like if you're a curly girly, you understand. So that's what I'm gonna fix now. Yeah, and you can see my clothes drying in the background. I just have a couple of assignments to finish up before the weekend. Yeah, so let's do something about my hair. Okay, there we go. Hair looks much more presentable now, and I've accessorized a bit. So now I just need to get some work done for my ethics class, and then for my voice lessons. Okay, something I know I've mentioned in previous videos, but I'll say it again because I'm experiencing it right now, is whenever you're, like as a college student, whenever you're not feeling motivated to do the work you have to get through, I find it's really helped the Pinterest girly in me to just make it as aesthetically pleasing to you as possible and to make it like an enjoyable, joyful activity instead of just making it feel like work and drudgery. So right now I'm psyching myself up to finish my final assignment before the weekend by having a nice little nutritious snack, and I've styled myself to not feel as gross as you saw because I think when I feel put together for the day, I feel more motivated to do motivational things, instead of if I look sloppier than I would like, then I feel like I can't do anything else. I don't know, it's weird. As well as I have my notes, I'm sitting at my desk. That really helps because sometimes I do homework in bed, but then sometimes I'm more in cozy mode when I do that, whereas when I'm here, I'm facing all of my motivational Bible verses, and I've got pretty pink flowers around here, and I've got my color coordinated planner, and I just have my desk space nice and organized, and I find that really helps to motivate me to get some work done. So let's hope. I am almost done with this assignment. I'm at the home stretch now. Okay, I just finished all my assignments for the week, and it's very satisfying to see my planner with all of the assignments have little checks next to their boxes. Yeah, but now I've got some time to kill because it's only like 2:20 right now. Call time is around 5 today, and I need to get dinner before that, and I'm once again gonna get an iced coffee just because I think that helps to, kind of to my point earlier of making things feel more pleasing for motivation purposes. And I already love theater, but it's always been like a nice little like, oh, I feel so cool bringing like my iced coffee or my takeout to rehearsals and being very organized. Like that's just kind of my MO. It makes me very happy. My go-to drink this week for tech has been an iced vanilla latte, just because it's comforting. There's a little kick of vanilla. it's cold because the theater is hot because it's a black box, which is a very small space compared to like a normal theater. And literally our wing space is like a yard by a yard, probably, or maybe like, okay, that's probably an exaggeration. Well, yeah, it might be like 5 feet by 5 feet. And there's 3 of us run crew members that are just kind of hiding back there the whole show. And so and then the stage lights are like right there because it's virtually our acting classroom. So it gets very hot. So iced coffee is the way to go, especially when we're moving sets around for multiple hours before the show starts. And something else that I wanted to share with you guys is my new every show tradition to kind of like starting during my college career. Is my show memories box. I've had one that I'd been using for my high school level theater stuff, but that one is overflowing at this point, and I figure, you know, new chapter of life, might as well start a new box. And furthermore, for one of the first classes I had to take as a theater-based major is stagecraft, and the final for that was that we just had to build something out of what we had in the scene shot. And I was realistic, I know my skill level, so I just made a box, but I made it my new show memories box. And that way, the box itself is a memory of when I was a freshman, my first semester. And so I have it painted white because that's kind of my color scheme, is like the soft colors. I like white on wood, that's like cozy to me. And I thought it would be cute so that it's not just plain and boring if I drew a little doodle for every single show that I'm a part of during my college career all over this box. And I was thinking maybe the placement could be significant in some way. So like my favorite shows or shows that are special to me for some reason or another go on the lid. So this was my debut at our theater company here on campus. This was my main stage debut, was as the flower vase in Beauty and the Beast, if you were there for that. So I have the name of the show, The Enchanted Rose, and then Fall 2024, because that's when we did that show. And then the only other one is I was a part of a seniors one act. So it was called Slow Memories. I talked a little bit about that one. So I counted it because we did perform the whole performance, even though it was just a one act. Yeah, and I'm gonna count everything that I've done tech for as well. You can tell that I built this because it's very shoddy, like with the lid, which also doesn't fit. But hey, ho, and would you look at that? It's the Diary of Anne Frank. But these are the botched playbills, and this is kind of a funny story. The first black box production of this year's season for the main stage also had a small cast, and somehow when they were printing the playbills for Anne Frank, they have everything like the correct information for Anne Frank except the cast list. So what it says is it has like the order of leads through ensemble for Tomas and the library lady. It's saying that they're playing the different roles in Anne Frank. So we were all cracking up about this last night. It's become a huge inside joke. So now it's saying that Damien, who is playing Mr. Frank, it's saying that he is playing Anne Frank, except it says Anna Frank. And furthermore, my friend Allison, who's on run crew with me, she was in the ensemble of Tomas, and it has her listed as playing Peter. That's my first show memento to put in here. And now I'm going to doodle, I think I'm gonna do a menorah, because there's a lot of shows themed to books. Like I could have said beauty is themed to books. So I wanna be a little more creative than that and only use a book when I absolutely have to. So I'm thinking of doing a menorah and then having like the Diary of Anne Frank going under it. Okay. There we go. I have a little menorah. Okay, editing Ava here, so I have since updated it so it now has 9 candles on it, so please don't come at me. This is the Diary of Anne Frank on it. Sorry if that's not 100% accurate, I'm not Jewish. The next show that I will be contributing to this little box will be Little Women, because we are starting light hang for that actually next week, which is our second performance week for Anne Frank. So I'm gonna be a busy girly. And for those of you who don't know, I'm not normally like the strictly behind the scenes person. Like, I've more often than not been one of the actors, but during college wanted to try learning about all the different facets of theater. So as a result of not getting cast in Little Women, I decided to apply for crew for it, to put a positive spin on the thing that is rejection that every actor deals with, and finding a way to make it work and to learn some new things to grow for future opportunities. This is the most excellent thing. Okay, hi friends. So I finished my work now, and I've got about an hour before call time, so I have some early dinner before we open Anne Frank tonight. And literally just that little walk outside was such a joyful experience. Every week, for those of you who don't know, I tend to do like a little deep talk segment, which is just talking about things that are on my mind, either in regards to growing as a Christian or growing as a performer or just as a person in general, and learning things about myself. I heard a voice in my head ask, so what's the deep talk gonna be about today? And I was like, oh, I don't know yet. The moment I walked outside, I saw this girl who was like, seemed like real life Rory Gilmore. I go back and forth on whether or not I just kind of think a compliment but don't say it versus when I say it, but lately I've been back into trying to get back in the habit of when I think something positive about someone, I'll just tell them, even if I don't know them. Because if I was stopped down the street by some person who noticed me in like the 2 seconds we were passing, I would be very flattered to know that. So even though she had her headphones on, it made it a little awkward, but I was like, hey, I love your style. Like, it's very Rory Gilmore. I love it. And she was like, oh, thank you. You don't give it so that you get the feeling of I'm such a good person, but it does give you that. Just to see other people so joyful makes you like, oh, because we're all, as humans, whether we try to be or not, subconsciously judgmental of one another, but I think we're also subconsciously finding positive things too about other people, and I think it's nice to share those, and that also kind of helps to reframe our brains to stay in the more positive mindset and to appreciate the way God created everyone. And then I was thinking in my head on the walk home, I was like, the key to my heart is just cats. Like, if you want me to smile, like the thing that makes me smile is just show me a cat, especially if you let me just like snuggle a cat. Like, yes, there's cats wandering around campus, especially kind of near our apartments, but they keep their distance and they're very sketchy and they never approach people. Out of the clear blue sky, this fluffy orange cat appears from the bushes and is beelining towards me. And I'm like, oh, hello. And then I like got on my knees and was like, hey, can I pet you? Expecting it to just do the cat thing of walking towards you and being like, nope, just kidding. But no, the cat went up to get pets from me and was like letting me pet. And it was so fluffy and snuggly. And then it just walked away. And I was like, and you're telling me God's not real? I'm sorry, that's a Holy Spirit thing. He was like, oh, I see that you're like being joyful and like you're listening to me when I'm telling you, hey, this person needs to hear this. And you're like, the thing that would make me smile right now is a cat. And then he was like, boom, cat. Like, hello? Then there was one girl, and she's the floor above me, so we were in the elevator for a little bit together, and then she just started talking to me. She was like asking how my day's been, if I have any weekend plans, that kind of thing, and that's from like, you can tell, like you can just feel it, like that's the Holy Spirit in her. That's just wanting to learn more about other people that were created in God's image too. And that brings me to this point. College has really been a time of letting the inner child free, specifically the inner child of God, and kind of realizing life can be fun. We get to have fun. We're all just humans, and that's why it's kind of just like, you don't need to take yourself too seriously, and everyone goes through phases of being insecure and that sort of thing, and that's completely normal, but then once you're able to come to terms with the fact that we're all just humans and literally no one cares, and you're able to laugh about yourself in public, it just makes life so much more joyful and fun. And I find that if you joke around with people and you're willing to just kind of be yourself in front of other people, like if they judge you for it, that's their own problem, and they're probably not having very much fun. So I'm gonna have dinner now. The fortune in my fortune cookie says, make time for what you love. You heard it here first, okay? Fortune cookie says, make time for Jesus. In my all blacks for tech tonight, about to head off to get my coffee and then go to the theater. I just want to note that last time I wore my tech ensemble outfit after walking home from a performance, some dude on a scooter whizzed by me and goes, "Hey, Michael Jackson!"
Yeah.
There's some dude, I don't know why, he's just stopped talking. It's just very weird. I don't know, I was just walking and then this dude who kind of looks like me is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just odd. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Dad.
Our dad?
That one, yeah.
Happy opening to Anna and Peter. Yes, Anna and Peter. Just don't get confused.
Yeah, we've been working on this.
Yeah.
Even his wig is perfect.
Oh, yes.
So perfect.
So cute.
Hello, and welcome to the Diary of Erin Frank.
Hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah song that we sing.
Backstage at Anne Frank before opening, and I wanted to explain the bit before you see us do it. This is kind of silly. But there was one of those rehearsals where everyone was like really giggly and slap happy and everything was going wrong and everyone was laughing and making it worse. And so Damien has a line where he says, "See what a little sugar cake does to us?" But he misspoke because everyone was so giggly, and he goes, "Do you see what a little shake does to us?" And then everyone instinctually goes like, and so that's become our crew tradition to whenever he says the actual line, we're just back here, shake, 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 shake. So that'll preface this next clip.
Please, please. See what a little sugar cake does to us. It goes right to our heads.